Hello, everyone. Welcome to Self-Love Saturdays. My name is Laneice McGee. I am the co-founder of Big, Beautiful, and Blessed. And if this is your first time here, welcome. What we do here is we bring you self-love tips once a month, every first Saturday of the month. I just share with you things on my personal journey and things that I may have also heard and learned too along the way. And this is a journey that we are taking together. We are ever growing in, right? I really feel that it's not such a thing that you kind of just reach the pinnacle. I think that you constantly grow and learn. So I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. Thank you and welcome. And so this month is the month of May. And so I'm so excited about this month. This is a special month, guys. Because it's my birthday month. It's my birthday month. So I'm so excited. So I was like, what am I going to talk about? Self-love in the month of May. You know, it's got to be really special because, well, it's always special. But yeah, I got to put some extra cake on it, right? Because it is my birthday. And so I wanted to talk about mental health this month because it's also Mental Health Awareness Month. Give it up for us taking time out to pause and really talk about mental health awareness. And I think that it's just a perfect time to talk about that. And I think they go perfect together, self-love and talking about mental health. And then really what made me want to talk about it too, as my birthday is coming up a couple of days ago. I like to always be honest and try to be as transparent as possible. My birthday was coming up and I kind of felt a little bit of that sneaky feeling of me feeling sad coming on. And I'm like, no. I am not going to. I quickly addressed it because I was aware of it. And I said, no, I'm not going to allow those feelings and those emotions to have control over me. I have control over my emotions, right? But I have to first be aware of them. I have to first acknowledge them. And so when I started feeling that way, excuse me, my hair is just, all over the place today, but that's okay. We going natural today, right? But when I started feeling that way, I just thought, you know what? It would be really, really good to really talk about, let's talk about self-love. Let's talk about mental health during this month of May. And especially, it just happened to also be, my birthday month. And it actually happened to be, let me put the title here so everybody will know. It actually happened to be also dealing with mental health. And so that's what we're going to talk about. I won't be before you really long today, but I definitely want to talk a little bit about that and again share some of my own experience as well. And so mental health, right? Again, so this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about it, and this is something we should be talking about more often. But I'm glad that we have a month where we stop and we pause, and as a nation, we all really address something that sometimes people look at as taboo and things of that nature, because we have definitely have to change and continue to address so that it is this conversation and the narrative around mental health is definitely changed. And I believe that self-love and mental health are like literally married, tied together. And so the reason being, let's talk a little bit about that today. So when you think about self-love, we know that self-love is appreciating yourself, right? It's about being mindful of your own needs, right? It's really being aware and tending to what you need and not sacrificing your needs to appease others, right? So when you love yourself, that's what you do. You know that in order for me to even love you, I have to first love myself enough so that I am available to even love anybody else. So that's what self-love is. And so then when we think about what mental health is really looking like at our mind, right? We're thinking about our state of mind, right? So that's what we're going to say. We're thinking about our state of mind, how we think, how we feel, how we act, and then how we deal with this thing called life, right? How are we coping with life? And let's just really be honest and have a real conversation right now. Life can be challenging sometimes, right? Am I alone in this? Can life bring you different challenges? It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter your background. Life can bring you challenges. And sometimes you don't know how you're going to cope with the situation until you're in that situation. And so those life can affect your mental health. And so we can no longer make mental health like it's a taboo when life happens. Life happens and life can affect your mental health right there. And so it's so important. Self-love means that I have to take care of my mental health. That's why they go together. When I love myself, I also have to tend to my state of mind. How am I coping with this thing called life? I mean, if anything, what this pandemic and everything that's going on in the world really taught us that our mental health is very fragile. Like, we don't know. A lot of things can happen, that some things are in our control, but there are a lot of things out of our control, right? And then how will you cope with that? How are you coping with that? Have you even taken time to be aware of your mental state? Or are you so busy that you haven't even sat down to think, wait, what is going on with me? What's really going on with me? And so I really believe that we have to be very intentional about the care of our mind, right? Being in tune and being aware of our state of mind, because when we are, that helps us in how we show up in the world, how we're showing up every day. Because how we show up is a direct reflection on how we're coping with everything. We showing up certain kind of ways because literally it's how we're dealing with it. So when we see someone that's not showing up the way that they normally show up, it's because life happens. And they need to have self-care and take care of their mental health. And that's why we have to have these conversations. That's why we have to change the taboo of, if you go see a counselor, if you do that, you're crazy or something's wrong with you. No, we have to change where mental health is a part of our everyday health. Say that with me. Mental health is a part of my everyday health, right? Just like we talk about our physical health. Like, some people go to the gym 3 times a week, or some people will go to the doctor monthly, depending on their physical health and the things that are going on with them. And why do we get annual care, right? It's preventative care. We need to talk about mental health in the same fashion. We have to change our mental health talk to be the same, in line with our physical health. It should be really no difference. That is the world that we need to adapt. Like, did you get your annual mental checkup? Because your mental health is important. Think about the world, how different the world would be if we freely talked about our mental health. If it wasn't looked at as a taboo, if we talked about it at the dinner table, if we talked about it freely in different community environments, right? If it was a part of our work environment. I know most workplaces have something called like EAP and things like that, where it's an option. But what if we changed the work environment where it was just like on staff type of thing, or it was part of, you know how we get annual reviews on how we're doing in work, like work wise. What if you get it, you know, part of your annual review includes your mental, you know, you have your mental review on how is everything going with you. Is work really stressing you out? Is there anything that, you know, what if we just made that as a part of this is it, this is what is done? And so then guess what? It's no longer like a negative thing. How will we be able to catch some things that are going on? You know, and I'm just backtracking a little bit when we even think about the work environment, when we think about school, you know, a lot of times how kids are able to be protected in situations where they're not safe at home is because they have counseling in the school and they're able to catch things. We don't have that in the workplace, and people, not just women but males as well, are being abused in homes and things are going on, but no one can catch it because no one is checking on their mental health because they come to work smiling or they're showing up, but you don't see everything's going on, right? They have no outlet. What if we change the very fabric of how we address mental health? Period. Like, just totally started having conversations. But I think that there needs to be a process. And the first process, it needs to start with us individually. We need to be freely talking about, look, I'm getting my mental health check, you know, my mind matters. You know, let's make that a new hashtag. My mind matters. And then even hashtag your profession. I'm a teacher. I'm a pastor. I'm a firefighter. To show that it doesn't matter what your I'm a counselor. I'm a therapist. Like, everybody needs to do this. I'm a doctor. And my mind matters. Hashtag my mind matters. Why? Because everybody minds matter. Have you had your annual checkup? Have you had your quarterly checkup? Whatever it is that you need. And let's stop making this as like this is something that is abnormal. No, this is something that is real because life is real. And when things happen in life, we need to address it. We need to deal with it. We need the tools. We need to understand what is mental health there for. First of all, it gives us an outlet, right? It gives us an opportunity to share in a way with someone that is going to be unbiased because they are not emotionally attached to the situation, right? And then another thing, it provides us with tools and resources that we might not otherwise have thought about. And sometimes we just need to unload. And by unloading, you know what? Sometimes, and this is why sometimes we'll talk to our friends or whatever, we just sleep better, right? Like, I could just rest now. But sometimes you can catch things. And then you are aware, like when I was aware, like, I've been here before. Because look, there's nothing wrong with counseling. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I'm an advocate for it. We all should be doing it. So when I believe in it, then guess what? Now I can have those conversations with my family. That's the next level. Like, this should be just a normal conversation. Just like we say, oh, I'm making my appointment for to go to the doctor. I'm making my appointment for the dentist. I'm making my appointment, my eye appointment. Like, yeah, I'm making my mental health checkup, or we're making our family checkup. You know, like, let's make this like this is just normal. This is what we do. This is a part of what we do, of how we stay healthy as an individual, then as a family unit. And then the next thing is, how can we do that in our community? How can we do that in our workplaces? Let's just make this trend, make it a trend that is just a part of how we live our life, because then we can live life better. How many lives could possibly be saved if we made mental health as a part of an everyday discussion? You know, we're not fine. What we do is we do, what is it called? Sorry, the word escapes me right now. We take care of the situation after it happens. Like, after they try to commit suicide. After we see the person comes with bruises on their face. after we see something tragic happens, after the shooting at the school, after. No, we are not in a position right now to start doing things after. Let's make a paradigm shift and let's say no. Let's start addressing this right now and be aggressive about it. Let's take it that serious. Like, how can we address this seriously? Mental health, my mind matters, your mind matters, our mind matters. You know, this is the month of May, right? This is mental health awareness. Let's spread the word. What can you do individually? First, again, let's start with us. Are you willing to do this? Are you willing to say my mind matters? You know, whatever your profession is, my mind matters, and therapy works, counseling works. You know, it helps. It definitely helps. Finally, I'm going to share a little bit and then I'm going to be done. I just think about a conversation I had with a friend of mine. We were going out for lunch or something like that. And we were talking about our weight loss journey and how, you know, it can go up and down and all that good stuff. Right. And one thing that she was sharing with me was how in this weight loss journey that one thing she learned is that you cannot skip meals, because she had started skipping meals, but she found that by skipping meals she was actually gaining weight. And I was like, yeah, you can't skip meals. I've done that too, and things of that nature. And she said, you know, I was skipping meals and I was gaining weight because my body couldn't trust me. And that just stuck with me when she said my body couldn't trust me. So for those that maybe are not familiar with the weight loss journey and that real aspect of life that some people have dealt with, is when you're on this weight loss journey, right, and you're trying to lose weight, skipping meals, what that does is it actually slows down your metabolism. And by slowing down your metabolism, you can actually gain weight versus lose weight. Some people think like skipping meals, you might actually lose weight, but it actually can cause you to gain weight because it slows your metabolism down and things of that nature, right? So, but what happens is your body goes into starvation mode, right? It thinks you're starving it. And so that's why she said, my body can't trust me. And that is so weird to me, because I was just like, that just stood out to me. And I was like, wow, our body will do what it has to do in order to survive. So in this instance, we were talking about, you know, losing weight and things like that. But I thought, you know what? That is really true in all circumstances. Like, our body will do what it needs to do to survive. It goes into survival mode when it needs to. So even mentally, if we're taking care of it and we put it in situations and we go through stress, it will do what it needs to do to feel like it's protecting itself. And even what it's doing, it might not be protecting itself, right? And that's why sometimes people have mental breakdowns and things of that nature. Because the mind is doing what it needs to do to survive. We are responsible to take care of our mental health. We have to love ourselves enough to not even care what people think. If they think, oh, you know, we don't go see mental health providers and things like that. Yes, we do. In fact, my mind matters, and so does yours. And so this month is all about every day is about self-love. And this month is about self-love and loving your mental health. And so I hope that something that I shared really touched you, and that you will join me and spreading the word about the importance of our mental health and the importance of changing the conversation and changing the narrative and the thoughts around mental health and how important it is, and how we have to remove the stigmas attached to it. And it starts with us. It starts with us. Are you willing to do what you have to do for your mental health? Are you willing to say, this is a part of my regiment? I will be making annual, quarterly, or monthly, whatever you need to do. And sometimes you won't know what you need to do until you start going. Now they have it where you can do it in person or virtually, over the phone. There's so many different methods. They have community ways where you can do it in groups. There's so many different ways that you can do it, but just start. Start. And if you're comfortable enough, be bold enough and say, I go. You don't have to tell the details, but say, I go. If everybody starts talking about it and we start normalizing it, it's no longer a stigma. It's no longer something that is taboo. We have got to make a shift because our community, our future generation, we are important, but definitely our future generation is important. Let's make a shift for them. Letting them know that their mind is important. Be willing to make mental health a part of your health goal. And by doing so, you're opening your mind to change your state of mind, to have a peace of mind. And most importantly, you will transform your mind. My name is Laneice McGee. Normally I end with a video and all that other kind of stuff, but I'm not going to play that video I normally play. I just want to remind you guys to do what you need to do. And what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm going to tag in some therapists and mental health professionals that I know. If you know of some resources and some people that other people can reach out to, tag them in this video so that whoever watches this video, if they're looking for resources, they know who to reach out to. So let's help build this community. Let's help change the narrative together. As a community, we can link up together and we can change this conversation. This has been a great conversation. I thank you guys for joining me today. Again, my name is Laneice McGee with Big, Beautiful, and Blessed. And this has been your Saturday self-love journey. Until next month, be blessed.